Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to show you some apps that you can use to enhance your cubing experience. Whether you're new to cubing and solving the Rubik's Cube, or you're a veteran and you do split cubing, perhaps you want to check out these apps. Now, before we start, I do have an Android phone, so I can download these apps on the Google Play Store. I do not know if you can find all these apps on your iPhone, but you can surely check. Alright, without further ado, let's check this out. Alright, so first we will check out this app called Supercube. It's very simple, nothing too much going on. There's some settings where you can change the size of the cubes. For example, this is a 5x5, 4x4, 3x3, 2x2. Very straightforward. You can also change the flip type, animation, the length of the scramble, camera angles, and also the color scheme, which we'll get to in a moment. Anyway, here we can change a lot of settings of the colors, each color of the cube. So that's cool. But let's go back to the main page. So this is the main thing. When we double tap and start the game, we can solve our Rubik's Cube on our phone. So if you do not own a Rubik's Cube, you can easily solve this on your phone. It's not too complicated. It will scramble it for you, as you can see, and the timer won't start until you make a move. And it's very simple to make a move. You just drag faces down or up. You can rotate your cube. You just swipe up or swipe down or horizontally to just move it around, and you just do the same while touching the cube to turn a face up or down. As you can see, the timer has started, so then you can go ahead and solve your Rubik's Cube. Then, of course, you can pause it and you will have time to perhaps check some algorithms if you don't remember. There is a sort of leaderboard where you can see your average and your best time. I will also show you different sizes of cubes. This is a 4x4, so you can do the same thing, of course. It will get scrambled and you can play with it again. Just sort of move it around, do your moves like that. I'm just gonna demonstrate for you. Just do a couple moves to get that white center, as you can see. And there's also 5x5 and 2x2. This is 5x5 and this is a 2x2. Flip animations. So this is a very smooth flip animation, as you can see. It doesn't really snap. If we hit bounce, then our animation will be bouncy. You know, the cube will bounce a little. Pretty cute. Then the scramble length, well, it's just for how long it gets scrambled. We can try different color schemes. For example, number 2, as you can see, changes a little. We can try color scheme number 3, changes again. It's looking very green. Yeah, this is even darker, and this is the last one, quite bright. So this is the app. As I was saying, it's very, very simplistic, and you can have a lot of fun on it. The second app that we're gonna take a look at is called Cube Solver, and in this app you can find a timer for solving your cube, and you also have a scramble algorithm that you can apply, and you can also see it applied. As you can see, it loads and it shows you how to scramble it. And then after you're done, you can just tap to start and, take your time, scramble it, play with it, and then tap to stop, and that's your time. We can customize cubes. Different types are locked, as you can see, but you can unlock them by watching ads. I unlocked this one, for example. You can find algorithms for solving all these types of cubes. They are a lot, and I think it's very useful because sometimes it's hard to find algorithms for certain types of cubes. It's not hard to find ones for the 3x3 or 2x2, but for example, the mirror cube, it's a bit harder. The tower, especially. The tower is like 2x2x3. It's very particular. And here we have both the function to solve it, where we can draw our position, and then we'll draw every face and he will give us an algorithm to solve our state. And we also have a learning section where we can actually have some instructions, some suggestions on how to solve this cube, which is golden. It's very, very useful because it's very hard to find online. You have to look them up in various websites and try to understand. Well, here, you have everything you need is here. Same thing goes for certain other types of cubes. For example, this cube. This cube doesn't have algorithms that you can follow. It doesn't have suggestions here, but it has a solving section where you can color your cube, and it will give you some algorithm to solve it. And same thing goes for the diamonds cube, the ivy cube, and also the pyramids. So yeah, you should definitely check this out. The name of these apps will be in the description. Speaking of solving cubes, on this app that I always use, and it's very, very good. It is called Twisty Timer. I will show you on screen. You can get a lot of scrambles to practice and beat your records on cubing, and it's very easy to use. You just select a puzzle that you're trying to solve. There's several ones, this time including square one and clock. So that's pretty good. So let's say I want to solve a 3x3. I can apply this scramble that you can see on top. I can load another one. I can load as many as I want. And on the bottom, I can see the scramble. It's explained. That's how it should look like on your cube, so you can just kind of check on your cube if you did it right. You can get advices on how to scramble your cube, and here you have all your record scrambles and timing. You can have different categories. You can create different categories, which is very useful because maybe one time I will want to practice a certain algorithm instead of like solving the whole cube, and I want to see how fast I am in that only. So I can create, for example, here a PLL, OLL, so positioning last layer, orienting last layer section, where I only do that and see how long it takes. That's very useful when you're learning. It's good to train your muscle memory, and you can do that with every cube. You also have a graph of how you've been doing. That's the average of like every solve that you make. And we also have several sections. So practice, you can go and practice, and he will give us specific scrambles for us to learn. So this is all the possible cases for the yellow face. So when we're trying to use that algorithms, OLL, we can just select one and we will have a scramble that will only scramble the cube on top. So we can practice that specific thing, which I think it's very useful. You can also select several ones and you'll get a random one. Same thing goes for the PLL, and you also have just the algorithms, and you can select them one by one and you will see how to solve these positions. You can change your theme, the theme of the app, and the type of text. So it's highly customizable. You can change the schema, like, you know, the colors of the cube. You can change how the timer looks, and there's like a lot of settings too. You can look into this because it's very cool. I really recommend this. The last app that we're gonna check is called Magic Cubes of Rubik. It's a bit of a weird app because there's also other games on this. So there's Magic Board, for example, the one where you sort of have to reconstruct an image, and it's a different puzzle. It's not really a Rubik's Cube. And also 2048, the one where you have to combine numbers. You all know these ones. Tetris, I guess. It's very odd, and it's also very hard to play, but anyway. The thing that we're here for is Magic Cube. If we select Magic Cube, we can find many sections. We can go into free play, where we can just play with the cube, just like in the first app that I showed you. You can just move it around, drag, and it will start a timer. It will also tell you how many moves were made during the solve. You can undo at any point. Cool thing about this app is you can find algorithms here, like every type of algorithms. Notations, you can get instructed about notation, so how notation works if you don't know about it. So we have, you know, every type of movement, and also, of course, there's other algorithms explained. And another very cool thing is there's a lot of cubes that you can select. You can select several sizes of Rubik's cubes, from the 2x2 to the 10x10, which is this monstrosity. And we can also go in the mirror cube section, where we have several types of mirror cubes, from the 2x2, which is, well, this, to the 5x5. As you can see, this is a mirror cube, and it's very big. Then we have mega mixes, we have 2x2, and also a normal one, 3x3. And then we have fire mixes and more. So we have also other types of cubes. So we have a holy. This is a cube that actually exists in real life. So you also have it here, and it's pretty fun to look at. It has holes instead of centerpieces. Then we have our pyraminx, of course. These ones still work the same as the normal ones. So you can just drag the faces and rotate them. You also have the timer and everything. Then we have a floppy slice, which is this thing. It's basically a slice of Rubik's Cube. And you can also solve this. This also exists in real life, of course. All these cubes exist. There's a big slice, which is, well, self-explanatory. We have the mem cube. I'm not sure whether this exists in real life or not, but there's just random faces that become gray sometimes. It's a bit confusing. Feels like a normal Rubik's Cube, but it would be like a bit harder to solve. And then, of course, the Megaminx. So this is other types of cubes that you can play with. There is a way to make your own cube. So you can select different colors and apply them here. You can make your cube with a weird color if you want, or just a random pattern, I guess. There's also a leaderboard, but I think that's connected to the Google Play Store. So yeah, there's also a section for speed cubing, but to me, it kind of looks the same as the other one, so never mind. Oh, you can also change background. I did not know that. Yep, you can. That's cool. All right, so that's it for this app. Really, the only reason why I put it in this video is because it has a lot of cool cubes that you can only find in here, that you can solve on your phone, because some of these are hard to find in real life. Anyway, that is all the apps that I wanted to show you today. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave them down below in the comments. You can check out this video that I made a while ago about my collection of Rubik's Cubes, or leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I hope you also enjoy these apps, and share this video with all your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any new upload. Anyway, that's it for now. Have a good day.